All right, guys, just finished my my lift for the day. The original plan was to clean and then do some behind the neck jerks, but I still have my callus that was ripped open a little bit from last week. I did a few warm-up sets of the cleans, but I've ripped it open just a little bit, and I figured I may as well just take the cleans off for the rest of the day, let that skin heal up a little bit. Better to do that than rip it up even worse and have to take another week off. So I basically just did the behind the neck jerks, worked up to 370, I think, answered some questions. Then I moved on to pause front squat, giant set of, I think I did 12 reps, answered some questions there. Maybe I did 13 reps, doesn't matter. And then after the pause front squats, I did some chest supported rows. So back to doing these Q&A videos. I'll still do some voiceover videos this week because a few of you guys said that you appreciate those just as much or even more. Maybe those are easier to view. They're easier to make for me at least. But yeah, I hope everyone had a good 4th of July weekend. I had a great 4th of July weekend. I talked about in this video a diet hack or a lifestyle hack to make sure you don't binge or overeat during like holiday weekends. Hopefully you guys appreciate my answer. I think it was kind of a clever answer. It's an unorthodox answer at least. But yeah, thanks for clicking on the video, guys. Put some questions in the comments for me to answer in another video here, and enjoy. Question from Slick Reek. When doing the split jerks, you always lead with the same leg. Typically I do. When I'm teaching someone how to jerk, I teach them to split with the right foot forward, split with the left foot forward. I want them to be good at both. But like for me, I mean, you're gonna get to a point where you're gonna have more comfortability with just one leg going forward. So for me, it's my left leg. But right now, like I said in one of my previous videos, I'm gonna do some reps. I'm gonna do like, I don't know, not 50-50, but I'm gonna do some of my reps where I power them and some of my reps in a split, just to kind of see, I don't know, the difference in the output, the difference in the range of motion. But typically, yeah, I just do my left foot if I'm gonna split. But yeah, when I teach someone how to split jerk, I teach them to go right foot forward and left foot forward, just because I want them to be competent both ways. But like if you're gonna start competing in Olympic weightlifting, I think it's probably best to approach it the same way. All right, next set here is gonna be another triple. Hopefully it's gonna be a triple. Hopefully I feel good enough to do 3 reps. But I think I'm gonna power the first rep, and then I'll split the second, and then depending on how I feel, I'll either power or split the third rep, or I'll just rack it. But I'm supposed to do another set of 3 here. Can full body every other day be done well? Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, etc. Yeah, I think it definitely can be done well. Just have to appropriately dose all of the training stress. I mean, any sort of split can work well. It's all about dosing the training stress. So you might get into a point where you're like several microcycles in, or several weeks in of that schedule where you need to pull back a little bit and just take 2 to 3 days off, or 2 to 3 days like really light days or like low stress days. But it's kind of what my whole video was when I talked about like full body being the most effective split for most people. That's kind of what it was all about, because it's really easy to distribute the training stress throughout that type of a split. It's really easy to distribute that training stress evenly and in a way that you can train hard, recover with 1 day off, and recover in 48 hours, train hard again. So I definitely think it's a really effective way to train. Okay, going for 2 reps here. So I'll power the first one, split the second one. Soft catch on that first rep. Damn. All right, another double here. Got 350 on the bar. I'm gonna power this first one again, see if I can get a better rep where I power it, and then I'll split the second one for sure, unless that first power feels really good, but I can't imagine it's going to. I think I just committed to it better on that first power, because it was way better than the previous set. Now I'm getting blood all over this bar from my neck. To clean that up. 360 on the bar here. I'm just gonna split it. So I just got one rep. I'll split jerk this one, and then if this goes well, I'll go to 365 or 370. I haven't done a ton of behind the neck jerks in my life, honestly. I've done a lot more jerking from the front rack, but you can get a lot more power off the back. Easier bar path. You don't have to get it around your head or your head around the bar or anything like that. So. All right, last rep of the day, 370 on the bar. Make it crisp. Let's go. All right, very pleased with that rep. I got pause front squats next. I'm gonna put 405 on the bar. It's this exact same weight I've been using the past 4 weeks. I'm gonna check my OVR, see what I've been moving it at for my mean velocity, and just try to beat it, which I don't think I will after this cut, but at least I have a goal number to try to chase. I just did one warm-up set of 5 reps at 315, so I took a little bit of weight off. I put the plates back on for after my one warm-up set, 'cause my legs feel good to go. 405 on the bar, giant set of 12 to 15. I'm chasing 0.5 meters per second, honestly. I'm chasing 0.5 meters per second for every single rep. 12 to 15 rep giant set. Not a good start, 0.4. Here's a great question since I'm doing a giant set right now. What is the technical difference between a giant set of 15 and a 3 sets of 5? I mean, the technical difference is that a giant set, you're just trying to accrue 15, or however many reps you're doing. You're just trying to accrue X amount of reps you're doing. And basically the purpose of doing a giant set is, I mean, there's multiple different purposes for it, but one is just to accrue high quality reps. So you're not like, you're going to accrue less fatigue per set if you put some sort of a constraint or cap on it. So like for me, I'm just trying to get 15 quality reps. So it's gonna provide a different stimulus than if you do 3 sets of 5. So I got 4 or 5 on the bar. I could do three sets of 5 here, but or I could do 15 total reps here. And if I do 3 reps, that puts me at 9. Then I do 2 reps, that puts me at 15 total reps compared to 3 sets of 5. Same amount of reps. The giant set's going to be a little bit less fatiguing. You're probably going to move the bar faster per, like your average velocity is going to be faster per rep. Not to say that like one's necessarily better than the other, because there's context that needs to be involved, but like that's the technical difference. You can use giant sets in much different ways. They're more flexible. You can use giant sets for like more purposes than a set and rep scheme. Basically, that's what it comes down to. I have plenty of videos on giant sets and density sets. I talk about them in Haas 2.0. So if you want like more further elaboration on these topics, just go check those out. But that's the technical difference, I guess. All right, here's a good question. Hey, Will, over the 4th of July weekend, or any holiday weekend for that matter, do you have any nutrition tips or diet hacks to control your binge eating when you're around a lot of bad food? I do have one, actually. Now, some people may think this is like a stupid answer, but I think it works actually really well. And it's, so I was just at my in-laws place over the weekend for 4th of July. It's like a cabin, so you're outside, near the water, on the lake, just outside all day in the sun. So for me in that situation is I just took my shirt off because I was outside like near the water. Everyone's in their bathing suit like all day. So my strategy is take your shirt off, keep your shirt off as long as you can. And that's going to help you like be more aware of your body composition that day, because you're going to see yourself in the reflection of mirrors, in the reflection of windows, in the reflection of people's sunglasses. You're going to look down, you're going to see what your body looks like, and that's going to deter you from like snacking on too many cupcakes, brownies, potato chips, hot dogs, all that kind of stuff. So it works for me. I don't know if other people think that's a good strategy or not, but I actually went to my in-laws weighing 232. And I came back today actually, and I weighed 232. So that kind of tells me, and I usually weigh myself early in the morning, but today I weighed myself in the afternoon because we just got back a couple of hours ago. So I was 232 in the afternoon when I'm usually heavier in the afternoon. So it worked for me. I didn't gain any weight. I was able to like control myself. I did no binging. I white knuckled myself through it for the weekend, and like some people will say that like white knuckling yourself through a diet is unsustainable, which is true in the long term, but you can white knuckle it through 2 to 3 days of like a holiday weekend. So yeah, that's my tip. Take your shirt off, keep your shirt off as long as you can within reason. Like, don't be inappropriate. Like, don't go to the dinner table inside with your shirt off or anything, but like if you're outside, take your shirt off, keep it off. It's going to help you be much more aware of what your body composition looks like, and yeah, it's going to deter you from eating bad food all weekend. That was a better set, 0.53, 0.47. Going back to the difference between something like 3 sets of 5 or 5 sets of 3 compared to a giant set of 15. Like I said, the giant set is just more flexible. You can do more things with it. So like you can train for different outputs with the giant set, because you have this flexibility of cutting a set off early, cutting it or extending a set more than you previously thought you could extend it. Where 3 sets of 5, like I said, you're going to accrue more fatigue from set to set with a 3 sets of 5 or even a 5 sets of 3, because you have to get your reps in. And giant sets typically take about the same amount of time for me. Like a giant set of 15 reps, I can do this in like 12 minutes. I could also do a 3 sets of 5 or 5 sets of 3 in about 12 minutes, because with the giant sets, I can take 90 seconds of rest if I'm just doing singles or doubles. But with 3 sets of 5, I'm probably taking 3 to 4 minutes of rest in between each set. So I guess I'm kind of just repeating myself. The giant set gives you more flexibility. You can focus on like higher outputs. You can focus on different outputs. You can focus on different physiological qualities with the giant sets. You can really like hone in on your technique with the giant sets. So yeah. Regarding Olympic lifts, would you ever work up to a top set of 1 to 3 reps and then do back off sets at a lighter percentage? With Olympic lifts, I don't really do that. I don't think it's very effective. Because remember, Olympic lifts is more for like explosive strength, explosive power outputs, just higher outputs in general than strength, like strength exercises like front squats and deadlifts and all that kind of stuff. So once you kind of like reach that max output, think of it in terms of sprinting. You would never like work up to a top velocity or a top rep of sprinting. Usually when you hit like a PR in sprinting, you kind of cut your set off for the day, or you work up to some sort of PR or close to a PR in sprinting, and then if you do another rep and you have like a significant drop off, usually end your session. I would employ the exact same strategy with Olympic lifting. So no, I don't think it's a really good idea or effective way to train Olympic lifts to hit like a top set of 1 to 3, followed by some back off sets at lighter percentages. I would never hit like 170 kilos on a clean, hit it for a double, and then drop down to 140 kilos and hit like 3 triples there. So no, it's a good question though. All right, that was rep 12, so that's on the lower end of the giant set. I'm gonna cut it off there. That last one was 0.49, so I was just under that 0.50 meters per second goal. So I'm gonna move on to my chest supported rows. I'll answer a few more questions and we'll wrap it up here. Last thing of the day, I got some chest supported rows. I got it set up today with the alpha arms. So I'm gonna be at like laying prone position on this incline bench here. Got the alpha arms, which are like the jammer arms from Stray Dog Strength. Stray Dog Strength, I have a partnership with them. Awesome equipment company. You can use the code WILL10 for if you have a gym, if you have a home gym or anything, use the code WILL10 and it gives you a 10% discount. But yeah, this is what my rack is. The alpha arms are awesome. They got a bunch of really cool other attachments too, so figured I'd share that with you guys. Yeah, Stray Dog Strength, good high quality equipment. I'm going to use their alpha arms or the jammer arms for this chest supported row here. I got a couple sets of just 1 to 2 reps in reserve, so I don't even have a prescribed number of reps. Just going to, do a couple sets at 1 to 2 reps in reserve. Would you recommend deadlifts or barbell rows for upper back mass? I like to do both lifts, but not sure how to program them together without burning out. I'd recommend both of them, man. You get your deadlift up from 405 to 495, and then 495 to 585. You know what's going to happen to your back? It's going to get a lot bigger. You push your barbell row from 225 for a set of 10 to 315 for a set of 10, or a Pendlay row from 225 to 315 for a set of 10. Your upper back's going to blow up. Now, as far as like programming them, you're probably best not programming deadlifts and Pendlay rows within the same session. Though I've done it and you can make it work, but no, you can program them like Wednesday you do deadlifts, Friday or Saturday you do heavy Pendlay rows, you're going to be just fine. You're probably better off just doing them on separate sessions because your back's going to be very fatigued if you do heavy deadlifts and then you move on to Pendlay rows after that, though it can work. A lot of you guys are asking what kind of track shoes I have. I just have Nikes. I honestly don't really know. I just went to Shields and got a pair of Nike track spikes. I couldn't tell you like the type of them, I guess. Have I ever thought about opening my own gym? Yes, I'll give you a little story about this. So it is the summer of 2025 now. So yeah, summer of 2024. So my wife and I, we own a health and wellness company. Our primary demographic, I've talked about this before, is like women from like 35 to 55, maybe 65 years old. So like we focus on like behavior change, nutrition habits, people who want to lose weight. A lot of women who have kids, who have had kids, they're done having kids, they've gained weight from being mothers, and they want to get back to like a healthier weight. That's our primary demographic. But before we got into that business, we actually looked at a space for opening our own gym. We toured it. We started designing it out, laying it out, getting quotes from different equipment companies about what we're going to do with it. But in the end, I was still working as a strength and conditioning coach at UND. Now, I'm still at UND now, just I'm a teacher now. But in order to go into opening your own gym, I would have had to quit my job at UND, which I don't want to do because UND is a great safety net. They pay for my health insurance. There's a lot of good benefits, a 401k, all that kind of stuff, which I would have had to give up. Like if you're going to open your own gym, you have to commit to it, and I just wasn't ready to do that. It's taking on a lot of risk, taking on a lot of debt. So I would love to do it. I'm at a point in my life right now I can't do it. I have a daughter. We're planning on having more kids. So a year ago, my daughter wasn't even a year old. It just wasn't a good time to like take on that risk. But yeah, I would love to open my own gym at some point. But at the same time, I have my own garage gym here where I have a bunch of clients that come in throughout the year. So I make decent money with personal training. So I don't necessarily need to open my own gym, though I could scale that however I need to as well. But I thought about it. I don't know if it'll ever happen. I'm in a good situation right now with my job on campus teaching, with my personal training in my garage. So I don't know. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but I would love to. All right, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching.